Hi, it's Miss Kathy from Sunday School, and today we're going to learn about the Israelite named Samson. You can read about him in the Old Testament, Judges 13 through 16. Now, once again, Israel sinned by worshiping other gods, so the Lord let them be under the Philistine control for 40 years. There was a man named Manoah and his wife that had not been able to have any children. And one day, the angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and told her that she would soon have a son. The angel told her not to drink any wine or eat any unclean meat. Your son's hair must never be cut, for he shall be a Nazirite, a special servant of God from the time of his birth. He will rescue Israel from the Philistines. The woman ran and told her husband, "A man from God appeared to me and told me we would have a son. He told me not to drink any wine and to eat kosher food. He will be a Nazirite, dedicated to God from the moment of his birth." Now Manoah prayed to God for instructions about the child to be given to them. Once again, the angel appeared to the woman, and her husband was not with her. But she quickly ran and got her husband. Manoah ran back and asked the angel for special instructions about raising the baby after he was born. The angel replied, "Be sure that your wife follows the instructions I gave her. She must not eat grapes, raisins, or drink any wine, or eat any food not kosher. When the baby is born, you must never cut his hair." Then Manoah took a young goat, offered the sacrifice to the Lord, and as the flames leapt up toward the sky, the angel did a strange thing. As Manoah and his wife watched, the angel ascended in the fire and was gone. Manoah and his wife fell face down on the ground. Manoah was certain that they would die because they saw the angel of the Lord. But his wife said, "If the Lord was going to kill us, he wouldn't have had the angel appear to us and tell us of this wonderful miracle." Eventually, their son was born. They named him Samson, and the Lord blessed him as he grew up. Now, one day when Samson was in the city of Timnah, he noticed a certain Philistine girl. He got home, spoke to his father and then both parents, but they were not very happy about his choice. "Isn't there one girl among all the people of Israel that you could marry? You should marry a Jewish girl." Eventually, Samson was able to convince his parents that it was okay for him to marry this girl. Samson and his parents went to Timnah to meet the girl. And on the way, Samson and his family were attacked by a lion on the outskirts of town. But the Spirit of the Lord was with Samson. He had no weapon, but he easily was able to kill the lion and protect his parents. Now, when Samson arrived in Timnah, he talked with the girl that he wanted to marry and made arrangements for the wedding. And then he left Timnah and went back to the path where he had killed the lion, and he found the lion's carcass was covered with a swarm of bees that had made a nest in the dead body. He took some of the honey, ate it on the way back to Timnah, and brought some to his parents, but he didn't tell them where the honey had come from. Now, Samson's father went to the woman to make final arrangements for the wedding. Samson held a feast, inviting 30 groomsmen, which was the custom of the day. And after he married her, he asked the groomsmen to answer a riddle. "If you solve my riddle during the next 7 days, I'll give you 30 plain robes and 30 fancy robes. If you are not able to solve it, then you must give the robes to me." Everyone agreed, and this was his riddle. Food came out of the eater, and sweetness from the strong. Well, after 3 days, they were still not able to solve the riddle. And on the fourth day, they went to his wife and threatened her with burning her down in her house with her inside. And she begged Samson for the answer. Finally, he broke down and gave her the answer on the seventh day, which she gave to the groomsmen before the end of the day. The answer they gave Samson was, "What is sweeter than honey and what is stronger than a lion?" Samson was very angry, and with God's help, he killed 30 Philistines and took their clothes and gave them to the groomsmen for payment. He left his wife, returned home to live with his parents, and in the meantime, his wife's father married her to the best man at the wedding. Now, after a while, Samson calmed down, went to talk to his wife, and found out that she was now married to his best man. Her father had thought Samson hated her. Samson was furious. "Watch what happens now," he said. And he went out and caught 300 foxes, tied their tails together, and put a torch between them, and set them loose through the fields of the Philistines. It burned down the grain to the ground and destroyed all of their olive trees. The Philistines found out and were so angry that they burned Samson's wife and her father to death. Now Samson fought back by killing a lot of people, and the Philistines set out to capture him. 3,000 men of Judah found Samson in a cave at Edom. Samson promised to go with them as long as they wouldn't kill him. They promised to keep him alive and tied him up with 2 new ropes and started to lead him away. The Philistines were so excited to have captured Samson. And suddenly the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson, and the ropes that tied him up snapped like thread and fell from his wrists. Then Samson picked up a jawbone of a donkey and killed 1,000 Philistines with it. Samson prayed to God and asked for water to drink so that his strength could be renewed. And God split the hollow place in Lehi, and Samson drank from the water and received his strength back. Samson was Israel's judge for the next 20 years, but the Philistines still controlled the land. Next week, we'll learn a little bit more about Samson. Hope to see you soon. Until we meet again, Miss Kathy from Sunday School. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.